you have right now PPT on your screen?
Yes. Yes.
PPT दिख नहीं रहा है.
एक सेकंड सर आप स्टॉप प्रेजेंटिंग स्टॉप शेयरिंग करेंगे एक बारी फिर से.
स्टॉप कर दिया प्रेजेंटिंग.
ठीक है, प्रेजेंट नाउ पे चले जाइए उधर वापस पिछली बार की तरह. क्रोम में
प्रेजेंट नाउ.
यस, अगेन चूज विंडो.
हाँ, यस, शेयर आ गया.
एक सेकंड सर, आ रहा है. बस जस्ट स्टार्ट द प्रेजेंटेशन नाउ.
Now it is clear.
Yes. It's
okay.
Perfect.
Okay. So sorry for delay, dear delegates. Good afternoon. I am Dr.D.U.LOKHANDE. Actually, I am professor and head here in the Department of Veterinary Surgery and Radiology, Mumbai Veterinary College. So I am from the veterinary field, and that the veterinary surgeon. Okay, so I am just going to present the what are the guidelines for the RKVY, which is also called as Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, a very big yojana of central government where tremendous money is present, and this money is for the development and upliftment of poor farmers. Okay, and this is for the scientists and also for entrepreneurship and also for the farmers. So I will just give you my presentation will be on 3 parts. Number 1, I will give you the guidelines. These guidelines are also available on the internet. Okay, so these same guidelines I will just give in a simple languages. Second thing, I will.
One second. Guys, please do not start presenting. You are again presenting, creating problems. Sir, resume presenting again. Resume in the presentation like we did. सर एक बारी फिर से शेयर स्क्रीन बंद कर दीजिए. सॉरी टू से, फिर से स्टार्ट कीजिए सर जैसे आपने किया था अभी.
Okay. Hello sir.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. So Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, which is now they are saying the RKVY Raftar, which is remunerative approaches for agriculture and allied sector rejuvenation. So this is the new name they have given. Previously it was called as RKVY project. Okay. So the operational guidelines, this RKVY scheme was started in 2007, and it was started as an umbrella scheme. Umbrella scheme means covering everything. Most of the thing you will, when we'll see these things, you will find that there is tremendous scope to submit the project, because everything you are from whatever the field, the agriculture field or allied field, you will find there is a lot of scope for everything. Only thing is that it should be beneficial to the farmers. Okay, it should uplift the farmer, it should uplift the society. Okay, so that's why it's called as umbrella scheme. Umbrella scheme for ensuring holistic development of agriculture and allied sector. So you will come to know that it is not only agriculture itself but allied structures. So a very large scope. Here the states were allowed to choose their own agriculture and allied structure developmental activities. Means the state itself can think that where I want to develop. Suppose a state want to develop in particular field. So it is the state's decision with the consultation of the scientist to produce the scheme, and the money will come from the center. So if you are from, say I am from Maharashtra state, so what the Maharashtra state is required, I will think and I will see, and in that way I will project or prepare the project and I will submit. And since this is for the benefit of this state, for the developmental activity of this Maharashtra state, the central government will give you the fund. Okay, the scheme has been implemented previously in 2 plans. the first was the 11th plan and then 12th plan. So now you can see here, in 11th plan, the government spend or release 22 crores, 22,408.76 crore. That much of the amount the central government released for these schemes in 11th plan. And in the 11th plan, just see 5,768 projects were implemented. So near about 6,000 projects were implemented. So there is a lot of tremendous scope. In 12th plan, the government spent 31,488.44 crores were released. And during that period, in that plan, these 7,600 projects were implemented. So you can see that how many number of projects were implemented. So there is a lot of scopes, not one or two projects. The central government, along with the state government, is ready to give you the money and give the projects for the upliftment of the farmers and poor workers. So where they were implemented, these are the broad sectors. Okay, you will understand, and there is you can submit the project on these sectors. So they implemented on crop development. Okay, the projects related to the crop development, horticulture, agriculture mechanization of the agriculture. Then on the natural resource management, marketing and post-harvest management, animal husbandry. So you can see here broad heading they have given, animal husbandry. So in animal husbandry, whatever you want to present for the benefit of the farmers, you can present. Dairy development, even on fisheries, and not only that, the extension activities. So apart from these extension activities related with the agriculture and allied sectors, so there is a tremendous scope. Since 2015 and 16, the funding patterns were altered. So previously there was a different pattern, and from 2015-16, the pattern was in the ratio of 60:40. So 60% grant was borne by the central government and 40% is by the state government. So whatever the scheme the cost is there, that in that 60% will bear by the central government and the 40% will bear by the state government. So this is for the other state other than northeastern states and Himalayan states. In northeastern state and Himalayan states, the central government contributed more. So they have contributed up to 90%. So you will find in such states, the scientists who are from these states, you just note that 90% of the money will come from central government and only 10% has to be spent from the state government. The scientists who are staying in union territory, there is a lot of tremendous scope. 100% central government grant will be there. So based on the feedback received from the states, experience granted during the implementation in the 12th plan, and inputs provided by the stakeholders, RKVY guidelines have been changed. So they have changed the RKVY guideline depending on this feedback as RKVY Raftar, which I have already told, that remunerative approaches for agriculture and applied structure regeneration. Okay, this was done because when they run these schemes, they found some deficiency, and then they realize that where now need to give more stress. Okay, where we are lacking or where the scientists should concentrate so that the schemes will become more effective, or in short, the scheme can reach up to the grassroots level of the beneficiary. Okay, so this was done to enhance the efficacy, and inclusiveness of the program. So depending upon that, they have changed these things, guidelines. So the objectives with the aim is to make farmer a remunerative economic activity. Farming as a remunerative economic activity through strengthening the farmer's effort. They have to strengthen the farmer's efforts, risk mitigation, and also
Sound is not audible.
Sir, you have muted yourself. Sir, please unmute yourself. Again, the same way. Sir, you have to go to your meet and unmute yourself.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Continue with the presentation. Start the presentation again, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now it is okay.
Yeah, just start the presentation. Yes. Go to the slide which you were on.
Yes. Right.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. So what I was talking about, the aim of the this project was to make the farming a remunerative economic activity through strengthening the farmer's effort, risk mitigation, and promoting the agribusiness entrepreneurship. So they thought, why not to make agriculture as a business? Okay. And why not to produce the agri-entrepreneurship? Okay. So because there is more money, so they have given more importance to the agri-business entrepreneurship with the objectives to strengthen the farmer's effort through creation of required pre and post harvest agriculture infrastructure, okay, which increases the quality input. Whatever the input will come, whatever the product will be there, okay, it will be input will be quality input. There will be a increase in the storage and tremendous availability of the market facility. This is the first objective. The second objective is to provide autonomy to these things, flexibility to the state to plan and execute the scheme as per the local and farmers' need, which I have already told that they have given a more autonomy to the state government, okay, flexibility to the state government, so that the state government can submit those type of projects which are useful or needful for the local people of that state or the farmer of that state. Okay, so this is the third is to promote the value chain additional link production model. So I will discuss this in detail. Value chain additional link production model they want. So it is a chain. So like one is producing, another is producing the byproduct, third is giving to the market and all that. So we'll discuss these things. That will help the farmers increase their income as well as encourage the production and the productivity. When there will be a additional linked production model, the farmer will produce more because there is a market. He will say, yes, there is a market, I will produce more, like this. Okay. Fourth objective is to mitigate the risk of farmers by encouraging additional income generation activity. So the risk is everywhere. Now in Mumbai, the cyclone is there, so heavy risk is there, right? But we are doing our program because lights is there, the electricity is there, net is good, and that is why I am presenting. Okay, so in this way, the risk is mitigate this risk by generating or encouraging in additional income generation activity like integrated farming or mushroom cultivation, beekeeping, and all that things. Okay, and the fifth objective is to attain national priority through several sub schemes. Central government also thought if there are some national priority, no doubt states are also having the priority, but there are some national priority where the central government has to involve, or where the central government is also held responsible. So in such priority, it is also be fulfilled by this scheme. That is the aim. To empower youth through skill development. So as you know that unemployment, to solve this the problem of unemployment. They empower the youth through skill development, innovation, and agri-entrepreneurship based on agri-business model to attract them to the agriculture. As I told you, to involve the youth in this scheme, we have to develop their skill. So it is also in the scheme you will find there is a tremendous scope for development of the skill of the youth. Okay, so you can also submit the project where you can develop or you can increase the skill of the person or youth, and so that if they become more skillful, then they will become entrepreneur, or they will get the job, or they will earn their bread and butter. Okay, so like this, these are all the objectives of the Raftar. Okay, now interstate allocation of the fund. As I told you, in 2015 and 16, whatever the share was there, they have kept the same thing. Central government of India and the state share will be of the ratio of 60% to 40%. Okay. Northeastern and hilly states will have the share ratio of 90%, 90 to 10, 90 to 10 things. And for Union Territory, now no doubt Union Territory is run by central government itself. So for Union Territory schemes, 100% grant will be from the central share. Eligibility. Who will eligible? Eligibility criteria for this RKVY Raftar, as it is a centrally sponsored scheme which is sponsored also by the central government, where the states are also contributing their shares. States are also contributing. They are also giving funds for the scheme, and that is why all these states, union territories, are eligible to use this fund. Okay. Okay. Now criteria for interstate allocation. So how they will give the money? The fund will made available to the states in 2 installments. They give in 2 installments of 50% each. The fund is not for sub schemes of this Raftar. Okay, so if there are sub schemes, for that this fund is not there, and the release will be based on the annual plan. What is their annual plan? They will ask, okay, state, tell me what is your annual plan. So depending upon the annual plan of the state governments, central governments, institute, autonomous bodies, national and international institute, they release or allocate the funds. Okay. Now fund allocation to the states will be according to the parameter. They have fixed some parameter. How much fund, where, and for what purpose. So they have fixed the parameter. Okay, and respective weightage is given. So this is the chart which is showing what is the weightage, right? For percentage share of net unirrigated area in a state to the net unirrigated area of all the state, they have given weightage of 15%. Now all these things, when you are formulating the project, all these things you should know, so that when you will formulate your project towards this direction, it will be easy granted. Okay, the sanctioning authority, what they will see whether your submission of the project fulfilling their priorities or not. If whatever you have submitted, if it is fulfilling, or if it is as per the guideline, then there is no hesitation to release the fund. Okay, so they will see that, array, this is fulfilling, so they will say, okay, give. So that is why this is important. So when we are formatting the project, you have to study this, right? And then you have to see from where and on which head you have to grasp the money. Percentage of the small and marginal farmers in the state compared to the total number of small and marginal farmers in the country. In that ratio, percentage, 20% weightage is given. Third, moving average of increased in the plan expenditure in agriculture and allied sector, including animal husbandry, fishery, etc. in the previous 3-year period. Okay, so what is the average of the increase in the plan expenditure previous 3 years? On that they have given 30%. Then fourth one is the average gross state value added, which is called as GSVA in agriculture and allied sector in last 3 years. They also see that thing. For that 20% weightage they have given. Percentage of youth population in the state compared to the total youth in the country. Okay, for that they have given the weightage as 5%, and the inverse of the yield gap between the state and this potential yield and indicated in the front line demonstrated data. For that they have given the 10% weightage. Okay, so these we have to study, and our project should be towards that direction. Program component, okay, or which is also called as streams. Okay, how much money or how much percentage is given for what? So when you study this, you will find that everywhere there is a scope. Okay, you take the example and see that where it fits, and you fit there, and you will get the scheme. First is the regular RKVY Raftar. 70% of annual outlay will be allocated among the state as per the criteria under the following. So 70% of this, whatever the budget or annual outlay, is as below. Number one, infrastructure and asset. For that 50% of the 70%. Regular RKVY Raftar, where the 70% allocation is there. Out of this 70%, the 50% is for the of this regular 70%, 50% of the 70%. Okay, of regular RKVY for two things. One is pre-harvest infrastructure and post-harvest infrastructure. We'll see what is that. So pre-harvest infrastructure 20% and post-harvest infrastructure 30%. Second is value addition linked production projects, which provides assured additional income to the farmers, including public-private partnership for integrated agriculture development. Now, this is very important. PPP IAD. This type of project where the private and publics are also in partnership. Okay, they are giving 30% of the 70% of outlay. And Flexi Fund, there is another fund, is Flexi Fund, which is the 20%. Okay, so 20% of the 70% of regular RKVY Raftar outlay, the fund for supporting any project as per their local need. Okay, and all that. So out of this 70%, you will find there, out of this 20%, 50% is for these, 30% is for these, and 20% of this. So this is all 100% of 100% of this thing, this 70%. Okay, okay. Then the second is the RKVY Raftar special sub schemes. Okay, 20% of the total annual outlay. This is for the national priorities as notified by the government. As I told you, some schemes are also, or some funds are also for the national priority, and this national priority will be dictated by the central government. So central government will say, yes, now this is the national priority, even though it is in your state, it is the national priority. So you give the money to this. So 20% of the total. Third is innovation and agri-entrepreneur development. For this is the 10% of the annual outlay. Okay, so in first we have seen 70%, second we have seen 20%, and in innovative and agriculture entrepreneur development 10%. 10% of the annual outlay. Okay, so this has become 100%. To encourage the innovation and agri-entrepreneur through skill development and financial support. As I told you very clearly, you can arrange training, put the scheme for the training of the youths give training in the various fields. See, in veterinary science, we are giving training for sheep rearing, sheep and goat rearing. Okay, like this, the preparation of the fodder for cattle and all that. Okay, so skill development, you will get the money, and also for putting them or making them entrepreneur. If you can also give some money to the farmers, like in our case, we are giving sheep and goat to the farmers. Say we are giving 4 sheep and goat, male and 2 male, 2 female, or 3 female, 1 male, like that. And we tell them, okay, now you start your business. So with that, they start the business. So you have to also give financial support to the farmers. Okay. Now we'll see in little detail. Okay. So in second part, the detail. The regular RKVY Raftar, which is of infrastructure and asset, okay, which I have discussed there, of 70% outlay under this head, which we have already seen, 20% for pre-harvest and the 30 pre-harvest infrastructure. So pre-harvesting infrastructure development, they will use 20%. Utilize 30% budget to establish post-harvest infrastructure. Okay, so 30 and 20 means 50% of the total outlay, outlay. Then project under this stream will derive from state agriculture infrastructure development program. Okay, so there is this thing. So this also helps. State agriculture infrastructure development program is you can also get the finance from this. The detail of activities that are undertaken under these themes are as follows. So these are the activities. There is a long list. I have not put all the list here because of the number of slides and all that. But dear delegates, you go to the site and then you will get all the list. Okay. So just as for example, I have given here in case of horticulture. Okay. For nursery, for tissue culture lab, you can establish tissue culture lab, tissue culture units for the creation of water resources, creation of value resources and protected cultivations, certification of GAP, which is good agriculture practice, including infrastructure, vermi composite units for establishment of this unit, and control atmosphere store, staging cold room and outside. So there is a very big list. I have not gone in all these things. As far as the animal husbandry is concerned, because I know that the participants are from this field also, semen collection and artificial insemination units, production center. Okay, so asset for the development or infrastructure of this center or unit, breeding farms, dispensaries, hospitals for the treatment of animals, vaccine production units, diagnosis lab, including mobile unit. You can also have a scheme for mobile diagnostic lab so that you can reach up to the farmer's door. Okay, take your van and there you can just do the test. Ambulance, animal ambulance.
Please unmute yourself, sir. Go to meet and press the.
Yeah. No, I go on, but every time why it is occurring?
Yeah, it's maybe you are pressing something. Anyways, you can.
Okay, now it is audible.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm sorry. So in animal husbandry, these are the areas, okay, for infrastructure and assets. In case of dairy, milk collection centers, infrastructures, purchase of milking machines, not single, those scientists who are from the dairy science, they will understand more or they will give more idea or focus on these things. Okay, so purchase of milking machines, single, double bucket and whatever these things. Setting of milking, chilling, bulk milk cooling centers, BMC, along with automatic milk collection units, setting up of modernization and strengthening if you have the unit, and if you want to modernize, then also the project, the money is there. You want to strengthen it, you have 5 machines, you want to purchase 2 more machines. Okay, so that also the fund is there of the milk processing unit, strengthening and expansion of cold storage facility for milk and milk product, purchases of insulated refrigerated transport vehicles, setting up of milk parlor or milk booth, strengthening of lab facility in the milk chilling or milk processing unit, establishment of cattle feed storage godowns. Just see, cattle feed storage godowns, establishment and for strengthening of cattle feed plants, establishment of cattle shed for the milk animals. Okay, so like these are these things. There is long list. Okay, when you go to the site, you will get all these things. So what I feel that they have covered all, each and every aspect and corners of this agriculture and allied trade. Second is the regular RKVY after value addition linked production project, air business models that provides assured additional income to the farmers. Under this component, they have given 30% of the 70. For example, is millet production. Now, millet production, if farmer is growing millet, then there is a scheme you can submit for the manufacturing of byproduct. So from millet, you can also have, say, Maggi, production of Maggi, or production of your the pizza base and all that. So there are so many byproduct also you can. So you can ask the private company to set up the factory, right? So whatever your production will be there, it will go direct to the factory. The factory person will also is also a partner. Okay, he's also your partner. So then he will produce the byproduct and he will take care of the marketing. So as the demand will be there, he will take more product from you. And since your product is not wasting, okay, the farmer's product is not wasting, so the farmer will produce more. You understood? So this way we can increase and encourage the farmers to produce more that product. And then here you can see that the farmer means the farmer and the private party is combinedly they are running this project for the benefit and all that. Okay, so for that, this is the public private partnership for integrated agriculture development, which is called as PPPIAD, a scheme for large scale integrated project led by private sector players, okay, in the agriculture and allied sector. What is the view? To aggregating the farmers, to provide additional income to farmers and aggregating the agriculture supply chain, as I explained, with financial assistance under the direct supervision of the state government. All the supervision will be from the state government. It doesn't mean that the private party will take more share and will do the more profit and the farmer will not get anything. No, it is a public-private partnership, okay, project where the control will be of the state government, right? So that both will get benefit. So a little bit for this, because now there is tremendous scope for this type of schemes, because the private persons, they are coming inside, and now you can see our farmers, they are producing, and the private people, they are making more profit than the farmers, right? So why such so? So why not to have a collaborative these things where the farmer should also get maximum benefit, and the businessman, the private person, also do the business and get their shares. Okay, so the main objective of the scheme is to augmenting the government effort in agriculture development by leveraging the capability of the private sector. So whatever the private sector is having more capability, they are more business oriented person. Okay, they are more capable of doing the business than our poor farmers. Okay, so the government effort is to bring them also in this scheme, addressing concern related to production and post-harvesting management, enhancing the production, as I told you, enhancing the production and productivity, improve the nutritional security, and income support to the farmer. So with these objectives, this project is there. Third objective is to promote, develop, and disseminate nation of the technology for enhancing the production and productivity. So not only that, but they are also giving the promotion for the technologies which increases the productivity. So I will not able to give much of this thing on this, but just remember that with this product, the government will also give technology, okay, to enhance the production and the productivity, to assist the states for addressing the entire value chain, right from stage of pre-production to the consumer's table, pre-production to the consumer's table, up to the market or doorstep of the consumer through appropriate interventions. Fifth is to create employment generation opportunity for skilled and unskilled persons. So there will be a tremendous scope or development of employment, especially unemployed youth. For the unemployment youth, we have to make them skilled person and then give the employment. Sixth is to improving the value addition to ensure increasing the farmers' profitability. So as I told you very clearly, our farmers are not getting that much profit. Then the middleman is taking. Everyone knows that. So profitability also, there should be more profit to the farmers to make farming a viable business proposal. Okay, so farming should not remain as only the activity, but should also be as the business, to improving the delivery and monitoring mechanism under this the RKVY Raftar funded project to improve the delivery and monitoring. So this also aim to improve the delivery and monitoring of these things. The third is the regular RKVY Raftar Flexi Fund. Here the states are free to utilize this fund, that is 20% of the 70%, as per their local need, preferably on innovative activities. Okay, so just remember 20% of that 70% is for this flexi fund, is in the form of flexi fund, where the fund will be utilized for local need and for the innovative activities in the agriculture and the allied sectors. So what are they? This is the list they have given. The activities related to the production scheme, which may be supported from flexi fund of the RKVY Raftar. See, I have given everything. This is not my thing. This is as given in the internet. I have just given in the little simple form, but you have to study so that you can concentrate on that direction and get the fund. Integrated development of major food crops such as wheat, paddy, coarse cereals, minor millets, pulses, oilseeds. Integrated development of fodder crops, including perennials, grasses, fodders, trees, and shrubs. Agriculture mechanization. You have to purchase the farm tools or whatever the machineries required for these things. Activity related to enhancement of soil health. Also, the money is for increasing or enhancing the soil health by adding chemicals and all that. Development of rain-fed farming system in and outside watersheds area for promoting the integrated farming system. Okay, just remember. And integrated for pest management scheme, pest management, training of the farmers. Okay, and then the printing of the literatures, supply of the literatures, giving radio talks, VTV talks, and all that things. Okay, so little bit this thing, so that the managements will be there. Then the promoting the extension services. I told you extension services, in that skill development training of rural youth for more than 200 hours duration. The training, you can also have a scheme where the training will be there for the youths, okay, of a duration 200 or more than 200 hours. Then complementing and supplementing ongoing training. Whatever, if you have already taken some training, you will get complement to that, and supplement to that, and extension activity of submission on agriculture extension. So if the ongoing training is there, or if some activities, extension activities are there, for that also there is the support for supporting and complementing, and support to vamp on the existing state agriculture extension system. So there is a well established agriculture extension activities of department is there. So for that, the support for this also is there. Then in case of animal husbandry and fishery, development activities like fodder production, genetic upgradation of cattle and buffaloes. Now, we are having cattle and buffalo more population, but our indigenous cattle and buffaloes are not giving that much milk. So the study has to be taken so that the genetic modification will be done in such a way that the genes which are more responsible for milk production will be enhanced, and the genes which are responsible to cull the milk production will be removed. So like that, the study, there is lot of studies is going on in our Mumbai Veterinary College. Also, we have established one unit where genetical study is we are doing of cattle, okay, and we are trying to upgrade the gene of these milk animals. Study tour of farmers. Study tour means you have to take, you can also take the farmers to the institute, and there also now is, suppose institute agriculture college is there, so the farmers can also take to the agriculture institute, and there they can give the demonstration or training lectures and all that. For that, the money is there. Support for decentralized production of organic and biofertilizers and their marketing. Then sericulture, okay, up to the stage of cocoon production, extension system for cocoon, and silk yarn production and marketing. For that also this is there. And any other project which is related is also funded. You have to just show that these will be beneficial for the youth and the farmers. The third is the RKVY Raftar special sub schemes, which is comprises of sub scheme based on national priority, okay, as notified by the central government, like districts which are prone for drought. Okay, so suppose any state is not getting that much of water, so we have to just see that how this system will be useful, so that that village or whatever this thing will get more water, this thing. So like that, this is the national priority. Even though it is in the state, it is a national priority, and the nation or the central government will give the support. Then innovation and agri entrepreneur development, funds for creating end-to-end solution for agriculture, agri entrepreneurship through the skill development and financial support, okay, which I have already listed. So these activities, okay, of the can be specified in the following ways, okay, which activities? The entrepreneurship, right? Agri entrepreneurship, support public private incubation center. They will use support for public private incubation center for infrastructure monitoring of the agri entrepreneur. Support to public private institutions, state, national, international. KVKs involved in the agribusiness trainings and skill development. Support. Financial support to incubates individual youths, farmers, and FPOs which innovative with the innovative ideas for setting up the agribusiness. So for that, these people, they give the financial support, and also to encourage them, awards to the entrepreneur, okay, holding competition. So with there will be a competition, and then there will be the encouragement. So they give, you can also give awards to the entrepreneurship. The amount will also be based for information, education, communication, IEC, on various agri schemes for the benefit of the farmer and their development. Then promotion of farmers producers organization, FPOs, under these things. What is the mandate is that the mandate is that the Department of Agriculture, Cooperative and Farmer Welfare, Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare to support the state government in the promotion of FPOs. So we have to give promotion to the FPOs. Okay. Formation of FPOs has been supported through the scheme Vegetable Initiative for Urban Clusters. Okay. Then subsidy pattern for FPOs is as per the existing schemes and their norms. So they also give the subsidy as per the norms. To enhance the farmer income, the FPOs having 500 or above number of farmers in supported under the RKVY Raftar. And these also FPOs also be promoted, okay, in the and populated area of districts of the states. Okay. Then cost norms and the pattern of assistance. How this they are giving the activity components proposed specifically under this infrastructure, development of infrastructure and assessed scheme are generally covered under various ongoing schemes, programs of the central government. So there are so many programs are there where they are giving more funds for the development of the infrastructure and also for the assess. Okay. For infrastructure and assessed projects, 100% assistance is provided if these are in public sector as also in PPA mode. So the public-private partnership mode, if it was there, then there will be a 100% support for the infrastructure. Just remember. But the state refrain from undertaking the activity or component as follows. They will not give or they will refrain from creation, topping up of any kind of revolving fund, okay, or corpus fund. Expenditure towards the maintenance of asset. They will not give money for maintenance of the asset or any such recurring expenses. Okay. Expenses towards the salary, transport, traveling allowances, TADA, daily allowances of the permanent and the semi-permanent employee. They restrain, they don't give. However, the manpower on the outsourcing or contractual basis can be met within 2% allocation. So they says that if there are contractual labors or outsourcing, if you want to give for the manpower, then 2% you can use. Otherwise, for permanent and temporary, this thing semi-permanent, there is no this type of facility. Then expenses towards the petrol, oil, lubrication, then there is a restraint. Then financing state shares and or topping up the subsidy level in respect with other central schemes. So some other schemes are also there, and you want to just give the finance to the state for along with these things. So that is also not possible. Then there is no money or they don't give money for the foreign visits or foreign tour, including the study tour of the farmer. So you are not allowed to take the farmer to out of India. Okay, there is no money for that. Purchase of vehicle, you should not purchase the vehicle like the car and all that things. Financing any kind of debit waivers, interest, subventions and payment of insurance premium. For that the money is restricted. And creating, strengthening the assets in the private sector or in the NGOs beyond what is permissible under any scheme. So there is no money that you cannot give money directly for the private sector or for the NGOs. Yes, you develop. If suppose it is in the scheme, it is in the collaboration, and if it is included, then you can give the money for infrastructure, provided that the income whatever be there will be shared properly and the state government will monitor on that. Okay, so this is the district agriculture plan and state agriculture plan. There are some guidelines. According to the guidelines, the state union territories who have already prepared the comprehensive district and state agriculture plan for 12th plan should now revise. So they have already in the 12th plan, they are having the schemes, okay, already prepared the whatever the plan. So that they have to revise and they have to update, okay, for the implementation. So now they can also resubmit by revising and updating that plan, okay, which was there in the 12th plan, okay. Then it says that the DAP should, the district agriculture plan should include animal husbandry, fishery development, minor irrigation project, rural development work, agriculture marketing schemes, etc. So these they should include, okay, when they are submitting in the RKVY RFTA. States and union territory, we have already prepared comprehensive district and state agriculture plan for 11 and 12 plan should also revise and update, okay. So there is a tremendous scope, whatever the plan is already there, okay, and it is there in the 11th and the 12th plan, you can also revise and update and resubmit, okay, for the implementation of this thing. And but in this case you have to specifically mention that what modification you have done. So you have to do it, you have to modify it, and then you have to submit. So for that also there is a money, okay. Then State Agriculture Infrastructure Development Program, SAIDP. Each state has to prepare the SAIDP in a manner similar to that of DAPs and SAPs. Okay, so they have to also prepare these SAIDP, okay, for identifying steps of the project for RKVY RFTA, specifically for infrastructure and assessed stream for the money for infrastructure and assessment, okay. So assets, so they will give the money. Now these are the some of the committees which I have already mentioned here. Hello, these are the committees. Now you should know when you are submitting the scheme project, you should know through which scheme or which committee it will scrutinize, okay, and according to that you also will produce or formulate your project. So this is the project screening and approval committee. It is a state level project screening committee, okay, which is also called as SLPSE, which screens the project proposals. So whatever the projects you will submit, this committee screens it. It is headed by the Agriculture Production Commissioner or any other officer nominated by the Chief Secretary. Other members are decided by the State Secretary. The committee screens the project proposal to ensure it is as per the RKVY RFTA guideline. So just remember, why have we have wasted so much of time? Because we should know what are the guidelines. Because this committee will see that the proposals are as per the guidelines or not. Okay, so that is why we have to just waste a little bit of time to see that what are the guidelines, and if our project is as per the guideline, the committee will sanction and approve. Also screen the suitability. This committee also screen the project for whether it is suitable or not, for the suitability. Before recommendation for project, they examine and ensure. Just remember, just see this, go through this, that before recommendation of your project, you submit the project and then there is no recommendation. You will say, sir, हमने तो सब कुछ किया पर recommend नहीं किया, उनकी ही गलती है. नहीं, हमको ये भी देखना है कि whether our project is as per their whatever the guidelines or not. Okay, so before recommendation, what they do is that they examine and ensure that the projects or activities not the duplication or overlapping of the system. So it is not a duplication, definitely, and also they see that it is overlapping. Some project is going on, and when your project will come, there the importance of the previous project will come down. Okay, so like that they will see all these things. They are not as additional or top up and subsidy to the other ongoing scheme. They see that it is not an additional to that whatever the scheme is going on, or not as a top up, or not as a subsidy for the project which is already there. Before that we have already given the money.
Just a
At
moment, sir.
least.
Sir, can you resume presenting? Because Shahjani sir started presenting, so she took over and I removed her. Can you resume presenting? There would be a resume presenting option. Is it at the bottom?
Yeah, I'm resume presentation. Yes. Coming,
Yeah. Can
but
you please
PowerPoint, huh?
start it? Start the presentation.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sorry. So at least 20% of the total value of projects are as per the comprehensive district agriculture plan. This is also see that. So that the field level gaps are correctly addressed. The aim is that whatever the project you are submitting, it should reach up to the grassroots level of the youth and the farmers. Okay. Detailed project report has provision for its monitoring and evaluation. When you are submitting the project, this project has the facility or provision for its monitoring. Okay. And also for evaluation. Is there or not? They also see that. Okay. The next is the state level sanctioning committee. Okay. It is headed by the chief secretary of the state with authority to sanction specific project recommended by the state level project screening committee under each stream. Okay. Now this SLSE is responsible for proper implementation. This committee, state level sanctioning committee, is responsible for proper implementation and monitoring of each sanctioned project, responsible to ensure that adequate coverage is given to small and marginal farmers, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and women, and other weaker segments of the society as a beneficiary. So when we will put the project for a beneficiary, just see that these are the beneficiaries. If you give these beneficiaries, there is more chances of sanctioning of the project. Also ensure that the farmer producers organization, which you have seen, FPOs, has given the desirable these things, okay, supports. Then this is the basic the format of the project. So these are the guidelines. Depending, you have to study this guideline, and depending upon these guidelines, you have to format the project. Now, so many resourceful persons has already delivered a very good lectures of how to format the projects, but still in RKVY I will give little bit in these things, and then I will show you the project. Okay, so this is, you will find that this is somewhat a repetition. Okay, but you just go through it and you have to this thing produce the format like this. So context or background, provide a general description of the scheme. What is the general description? Okay, project being proposed for appraisal, you have to just provide for what it is generated and all that. What is the problem? You have to first say that there is a problem, and then you submit the project. So when you will say that there is a problem, then and the answer, then definitely they will give you the project. Describe the problem to be addressed through the projects, schemes at the local, regional, and national level. You have to describe the problem. Okay, give evidence regarding the nature and the magnitude of the problem. Just only saying that there is a problem will not solve your problem. Okay, you have to also give the evidence that what is the nature of this problem and what is the magnitude of the problem. If your magnitude of the problem is very severe, definitely they will think and they will give you the project. Should be presented supported by baseline data, survey, and report. You are saying that there is very big problem and the magnitude is also very big of this thing, but you are not supporting the data. So if you are supporting or if you are providing the data along with that, you are saying that there is very grave this thing is there, the problem, and this is the data. See what is happening, and then this is the proper way that you are addressing the problem, and then the chances are this thing. Aim and objective. Give the developmental objectives proposed to be achieved. What objective should be such that what you are going to achieve, okay, it should be related. ranked in the order of importance. When you are giving 4-5 objectives, give first one which is more important, right? So rank it as per the importance. The output or deliverable expected for each development objective should be spelled out clearly. You should also give what is the expected outcome, output. Okay, that also give very clearly for that objective, so that they will see, hey, this is good output. So they will consider your objective. Okay, like that. Strategy, I will not speak very this thing, but provide an analysis of alternative strategies available to achieve the development objectives. Just provide also the alternate strategies which is available for the objective, for achieve the development objectives. Give reasons for selecting the proposed strategy. You have to give reason why you have selected only this strategy and why not that strategy. Okay, so you should be very clear. Okay, also provide the description of ongoing initiatives. What is going on that same problem? Some initiatives are also going on, so that also you have to give, and the manner in which duplication can be avoided. You should also give that, no doubt this initiative is going on, but this is not a duplication, this is the improvement. Okay, modernized. Okay, and about the synergy of this project, so that you will find that the whatever your project is there will definitely help the other projects, the other problems of the state and the center. So that is also very important, so that when they will consider that, yes, if I will sanction this project, now again this banda will submit this type of project, and that will also help. So like that will be there. Target beneficiary is very important. Clearly identify the target beneficiary. Stakeholders analysis should be undertaken. That day sir has presented very good presentation on this. Okay, so analysis, stakeholders analysis is very important. It is a group work. Okay, so you have to discuss, analyze. Okay, and whatever they say, you have to include. Okay, include consultation with the stakeholders at the time of scheme and project formation. So stakeholders analysis, what they say, what they think, what they feel, what is their contribution, how they will going to contribute. All these things should also be incorporated in the scheme, so that they will help in that part. Okay, then positive or negative impact of the project on weaker section of the society should be assessed, and mention steps in case of any adverse impact. So you should also give what is the positive impact will occur, what is the negative impact, and if there is a negative impact or adverse impact, now what you will take, the steps. Okay, then the management is very good lectures as also given by one of the delegates. I have seen that thing. Management, mention the responsibility of different agencies for the project management. When you are taking too many partners or stakeholders, okay, give responsibility to them. Okay, distribute, so that the project running of the project is not a one man's show. Okay, it is the contribution of all the experts. Persons are expert, some persons are expert in production, some persons are expert in marketing, some persons are expert in other activities. So like that, they say when you include, and when they will give responsibility to them, definitely the project will be success. Indicate the organization structure at the various level, what is the structure you are available, human resource requirement, as well as monitoring of these things, fragments. Then finance, cost estimate, budget for the schemes and the project. You have to be very clear. Means of financing and phasing of the expenditure should be given very clearly. Explore the option for cost sharing and cost recovery. Who is going to share the cost and how you will going to recover the cost should also be mentioned there. Project sustainability is very important. They think that yes, मैंने एक बार तो चालू कर दिया unit, but then after 2 years whether this will sustain or not. So you should also give you have to mention that after 2 years you will finance me for 2 years, but after 2 years these will become self-sustainable. Okay, so including the stakeholders' commitment, operations, maintenance of assets after the project completion, all that, and also these also should include in the finance or budget. Okay, time frame is very important. You should be very strict to the time frame. If you are submitting for 1 year, stick to the 1 year. If you are submitting for 2-year project, say that it should complete within 2 years. Cost benefit analysis also you have to mention financial and economic cost benefit analysis of the project. Generally, such analyses are possible for infrastructure projects. Suppose the project is of infrastructure. Suppose the project is for, say, establishment of TBCC. So you will get the establishment of TBCC you will get. But it is not feasible for the schemes where you have given the training and all that. So some projects where it is not possible to give these things. So there it's also just see that it is properly presented. Okay, risk analysis. You have to also give risk analysis, identify and assess the risk of implementation of projects and plan how these are to be mitigated. Okay, include legal, contractual risk, environmental risk, revenue risk, project management risk, and regulatory risk, etc. So all these it will include, then the people will understand that yes, he has taken in account all the risk and he is ready, he is prepared. Okay, so that way also will be help for sanctioning of the project. Outcomes indicate the criteria to assess the success. Then you have created an outcome is there, but then there are different ways to assess the outcome. So during this you have to also mention how you are going to assess, which way you are going to assess, and you are going to show that there is definitely improvement. That also you have to indicate the criteria to assess the success and whether or not the development objectives have been achieved or not. Okay, when the outcome at the end of it. Keep baseline data. In the morning only, Dr. Yadav sir has told very clearly, keep baseline data available to assess the success of the project at the end of project, impact assessment and all that things. Success creation for scheme deliverable outcome be specified in measurable term. It should be measurable. Okay, you can able to measure it. What is the success? It should be measurable. Okay, to assess the achievement against the proximate goals. Okay, then evaluation. The 12th point is evaluation. Mention clearly the evaluation arrangement for the project. Okay, you have kept the evaluation, concurrent evaluation you will going to do, or you will going to do midterm evaluation. In between you will do the evaluation, or you will do evaluation in the post project after completion of the project. So that also you have to mention very clearly. Remember, continuation of the scheme from one period to another is not permissible. If you are saying for 2 years, you have to finish it for 2 years. If you want to extend it, then third party evaluation is needed. Then it will go to some third party, he will evaluate, and then he will say, okay, go and on that. Okay, so as far as possible, try to finish it as per the duration which you have mentioned. Last but not least, a self-contained executive summary should be placed at the beginning of the document. So executive summary, whatever we have discussed now in this format, everything in nutshell, you should keep it as a summary, so that in one look, when he will read 2 to 3 pages, he will understand what is your problem, where you are going to work, what will be the expected outcome, and what are the steps or whatever the precautions you are taken, and definitely the help or whatever the beneficiaries will be. Okay, is that very clear? Then this is the planning and implementation of RKVY Raftar. Agriculture Department of the state is the nodal department for the implementation of the scheme. As a scientist, we should know that this Agriculture Department of the state is the nodal officer. For administrative convenience and easy of implementation, sometimes state government may use the exclusive agencies on the fast track. So sometimes they take the help of other agencies, okay, for administrative purpose. However, the entire responsibility of ensuring proper implementation rest with the agriculture department of the state. Okay, cost is there, specific, the money is also there for that. The cost of running the agency is given 2%. So up to 2% you can give to the private agency for administration. Okay, so that is also facilities there. Release of fund, which I have already told. Okay, then it is little detail. Just see that first installment 5% of Raftar, annual allocation upon the receipt of minutes of the state level sanction committee approving the implementation of new project. So these committees minutes is required, okay, for approving the implementation of new project and or continuation of ongoing project during the current financial year. Final installment of 50% for fulfillment of the money is given on the following condition. Okay, they have put some conditions. 100% utilization certificate for the funds released up to the previous financial year. They need UT certificate, UC certificates. Okay, they says you submit the UCs. Expenditure of at least 60% of the fund released in the first installment during the current year. So whatever the money you received, just you have to show that 60% you have already expended. Submission of performance report in terms of physical and financial achievement. You have to also give performance report for physical and financial achievement as well as outcome on a quarterly basis. Entry of physical and financial progress in RDMIS is also must. So these are things are important for releasing the funds. Okay, and the administrative expenses and contingency up to 2%, which I have told you, of total funds for incurring the administrative expenditure that includes payment to the consultant, recurring expenses of the various kinds, staffs cost is also. Timeline as per as possible. The state and the central states, the center and the states are adhere to the following timeline. Now this is the chart, roughly chart, which gives you the idea that in which month what activities are going on. Okay, so project screening by state level project screening committee generally occurs in the month of December. Now this is the tentative they have given. It is mentioned in their documents that these are the tentative months where what they are going to. Okay, so accordingly you have to prepare and submit the, or you to be ready to submit the scheme. So the project screening by this committee generally occurs in the month of December. The state level sanction committee agenda sent to the RKVY division of the Department of Agriculture and Cooperative Farmers Welfare in the first week of January. They sent in the first week of January.
Sound is not audible.
Hello, you have to unmute, sir, again. Maybe you have pressed something again.
Sorry. Yes.
Start the presentation, sir.
Yes. Sorry, I'm sorry. So this will be in the first week. Then a meeting in the Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare prior to this SLSE meeting to discuss the agenda project proposal of the individual state in the month of January and February it occurs. Okay, intimation of the ministry committee to the state occurs in the February, and then this SLSE meeting will occur in
Sir, you have muted yourself again.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Sorry. So second installment release in the month of October onward. So this is the tentative they have given. And all this, whatever the material I have explained here, this is I have taken from the site. I have given here the site, and it is all the property of the Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare, Ministry of Agriculture. Okay. All this material is used only for the education purpose. Okay. So this is all regarding the guidelines and how to prepare the project. And now I will show you the project. Okay. So is there the time? Should we continue? Hello.
Please continue, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Yes. I'm perfect. Can you able to see?
No, sir. You have to switch to the. You have to switch to that first. You have to open that window. Keep that window on the top.
Again, I will share the presentation.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. Now you can see.
Yes, loading up.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah,
the
please
document.
start. Yeah.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can see the document.
Okay. So now this is the project which we have submitted on the strengthening and modernization of veterinary clinical complex and diagnostic laboratory. Okay, we have submitted this project. So like this, you have to prepare a nice photograph of your institute. Okay, and this thing is very important. So this way, it is the index where the title is there, title and the abstract, preamble and introduction, background and need of the project, or justification of the project component, objectives to be achieved by the project, then past related work and future work, then conceptual background, then these things, this is scenario of these projects, then statistics information, SWOT analysis is also very important, SWOT analysis of the existing infrastructure, then the detail about the project, operational and methodology you have to give, targeted beneficiaries, project cost or financial implications, benefit of the project, socio-economical benefit of the project, outcome of the project, feedback, evaluating someone else's report, then executive summary, then annexes are there, okay, and abstracts is there, and note containing the executive summary. Okay, so this way you can see that this is the project. Okay, this is the title of the project. The abstract we are given, the rise in the demand for milk and milk production has been noted by the stakeholders in Maharashtra state, like this. To meet this demand, the logical steps taken by the stakeholders was to increase the animal number, but the shortcoming observed were overburdening, leading to increased maintenance cost and improper management, and thus the drop in milk production, milk yield, increased reproductive disorders, and finally financial constraint and culling of the animal. Good laboratory and clinical diagnosis and essential interruptive skills can aid production and management by monitoring the symptoms and disease conditions of the livestock. So what I have done in the abstract, that we have just given the negative points first. What is the problem? This is the problem. And then what is needed? This is needed to establish the good laboratory. Okay. Referral veterinary clinics and diagnostic laboratories under one roof with a major management and diagnostic facilities like blood profiling, hematology and all that things for large and small animal, including equines, are major lacunae in our state and also in our country. So like that, we have to, even the introduction, you have to just tell, you have to emphasize on the importance of the project. Okay, why this your project is more important? Okay, then there is a preamble or introduction, and this also contains the same. You have to what is going on in the world at present. Okay, and then you have to enter into the introduction like this, right? So this is the preamble and the introduction, right? Within the livestock sector, dairying has emerged as an important source of income and employment in the rural areas, especially for marginal and small farmers, and contribute to the third of the gross income of the rural households and nearby half for the landless. In terms of trade, the value of output from livestock of rupees, this is given in some this thing figures also to impress that we have done the study, and after doing the study we have put these things. Okay, so this I will not read. So we have just given the importance why our project is important, and therefore Indian dairy farming and its relevance to inclusive growth is characterized by whatever we have given. Okay, all these things are the figures, are the facts which we have taken. Okay, and that we have given in these things, and thus the dairy sectors play a very important role in improvement of the socio-economical status equally to the rural and urban masses. We have given first the problem, and then we have given the solution, and we have mentioned that this is very important, and this will definitely increase the socio-economic status of that person or whatever the distance. Okay, like that you have to give. Okay, now we have also given the idea about what is the production and all that things. Okay, a modernization and consolidated facilities for animal health research, diagnosis, and product evaluation can be impetus needed for the upgradation and betterment of the livestock holders, and through him the dairy industry. So we have given importance. We have given importance to everyone that these problem will solve the problem of these persons and all that. So importance to the various stakeholders. Okay, so this way you should be very attractive with the figures. Okay, so the Department of Teaching Veterinary Clinical Complex is aimed to provide clinical facilities for teaching. We are giving teaching also, training also to the undergraduates. So you can see at one hand, this scheme will also enhance the education level. Okay, undergraduates and postgraduate students, practicing veterinarians, field veterinarians also will be benefited, livestock development officers and all that too, for continuous veterinary education, CBC. So what we are telling that not only the farmers will be benefited, but also the veterinary family will also get benefited, including the students, undergraduate and postgraduate students, with this thing. So there is a big scope or very big area of beneficiaries are there. Okay, so I will not go in very detail. Okay, so this we have given that in Maharashtra the demand for liquid milk as well as the milk product is already increasing. To keep up this demand, the dairy farmers started increasing the animal number as well as intensifying the system, thus changing it from a site or buffer income practice to high return commercial activity. Where no doubt this is for the additional income, but now seeing the profit, we are focusing that this now becomes the main business. Okay, and because there is more profit, more towards the industries, and that is why it is also for entrepreneurship, towards the entrepreneurship, we want to tell. Okay. So this is the vision of advancement of disease diagnosis and treatment facilities at Bombay Veterinary College, Mumbai, is to enhance the economic vitality and life quality of the stakeholders by promoting health of the livestock. The faculty and the staff will approach these tasks by providing accessible, accountable, timely, and accurate diagnosis, treatment, and research services by sharing information generated through through the scholarly publications, meetings, presentation, and direct communication, and through supports animal health education program. Okay, so this way we have just given. Okay, so this way the introduction preamble, these are our where narrated the objectives. Okay, like this. Okay, and then this is the past related work, what we have with us, whether we are experienced or not, that also we have to tell. Okay, so what is our past related work and what we want to do future, that also we have given very clearly here. Okay, then conceptual backgrounds. Okay, in the commercial dairy in Maharashtra, scientific and need-based management practice are totally neglected. Okay, it is a proven fact that management practices can be optimized by adopting various diagnostic tools, thus improving the health and reproductive status of the dairy animal and curbing the diseases leading to increasing the milk. So justification is given why this scheme is needed. Okay, in the current project, clinical diagnostic facility of the Bombay Veterinary College is to be strengthened. We are having this facility, but we want to strengthen it. The diagnostic facility will be available for accurate diagnosis and training, skilled up graduate facilities for LDOs and for field veterinarians, which will be broaden the use of these facilities and educate the farmers, owners in the need of referral laboratories. Okay, so like this is there. Then this is the important statistic information related to the SWOT analysis, where we have to give, okay, what is our strength. SWOT analysis is also very important. What is our strength? What we have? Where is we are weak? What we don't have? Okay, clearly we have mentioned that this is our weakness. Okay, and what is the opportunities? So we have this, we don't have, but what we have opportunities with us. Okay, these are the opportunities and these are the threats. We are also given the threats. Okay, so all these things is very clearly mentioned. Okay, and then the detail about the project, the operational and methodology, how we are going to implement this project, right? Then this is the target beneficiaries. Okay, a very big list of the target beneficiaries, and then this is the project cost. So here there are, this pro forma is given. Okay, the non-recurring contingencies, right? So what we have done, this is a 2 years project in first year and second year, and total and justification. So suppose we required some of the instrument and equipment we required in the first year to establish. We want to establish our body first, and then we have to give the training in the second year. So accordingly, for the training, whatever is required, I will put it in the first year. So whatever the equipment and instruments are there, okay, non-recurring contingency, this is non-recurring contingency, I have put in the first year. Okay, so second year is block, total I want this thing, and this is the justification. So you have to plan it properly. Okay, what things you will need in first year, and once you will establish the proper this thing, then of your project will start with your whatever the equipment you are having, because this equipment you don't have. Okay, so you are just procuring for 1 year. We were procuring the instruments, okay, and setting up of the infrastructures and assets. Okay, so like this, a very big list is there. Okay, these are, you have to give justification that yes, we require for these things. Okay, then the second part is recurring contingency. Contingencies, chemicals, glasswares, plasticwares, stationaries, and all that. So some of the instrument we have put in first year, and some of the instruments we have put in second year. Now, when you are purchasing the instrument, you should also have that much of manpower to all this tendering and all that thing. So depending upon all the manpower, you have to formulate. Otherwise, you will say that I will purchase all the instruments, 2,000 instruments in first year, and then it is not possible. So unnecessarily your money will remain there. So whatever the instrument or equipment which is necessary for first year, you purchase it. So your workload will be divided. And some of the instruments you purchase in second year, which are of less importance. Okay, so you get time, you get experience and all that, because you have to purchase all these instruments by following the state and central government rules. There are specific rules are there for the purchase of various instrument and equipments. So that you have to also follow by sanctioning all the authorities and all that. Okay, so that also you have to consider. So in second year we have purchased some of the instrument and equipment, and then recurring contingency where the glasswares and all that which requires in the training. So that we have kept in the this thing second year. Alteration, modification, some construction work we required, so that we did in the first year only. Okay, so like that, first year we want this money, second year we want this money, total we want this money, and then we required an administrative charge of 1% in the second year, and this is the money. So total will come like this. So like this you have to give the total. Okay, so very clearly these things. Now these heads are interchangeable depending upon the requirement. Sometimes you have given, okay, and the scheme has sanctioned, say, after 2 years, where the cost has increased. Okay, or now you have purchased that instrument and equipment. You don't need that things, right? Because it's already 2 years have passed, where you have already fulfilled some of the instrument and equipment. So unnecessarily why to purchase again? For that there is a scope, so that you can change these things. Okay, so like this you have to present. Okay, and then the fund requirement under RKVY, like this. Again, this is the second table. Feedback, evaluation, someone else report. Okay, like this. Then executive summary. Okay, so here it is given everything. Benefits of the project in nutshell we have given benefits of the projects, then socio-economic benefits of the project, outcome of the projects, feedback, evaluation, someone else report, and executive summary. Okay, then this is the annexer we have to put in this form. Okay, what is the name of department implementing and what is the objectives and all that. Okay, so in nutshell you have to produce this thing, because this report will go to the committee. Okay, so they will not go in very detail, but they will see the superficial. How much you want for infrastructure and equipment, how much you want for the contingency and chemicals, what is the administrative charge, how much you want total. Okay, and these are the beneficiaries. Implementation and monitoring, how you will going to do, and what is the outcome. Okay, then this is annexer 2, checklist come data sheet for stream projects. Okay, like this you have to give. Okay, where contains all these things, and then this is the abstract of the project. So similarly you have to also provide the abstract of the project. Okay, and this is also the cost sharing pattern. Okay, who will provide like this. So we have written here RKVY 100%. Whatever will purchase, total cost 3 lakhs, 100% will be financed by this RKVY. Okay, like that clearly you have to mention. Okay, so this is all these things, right? For recurring and non-recurring, everything like this you have to put it into tabular form. Okay, impact and outcome and all that thing, whatever the committee, and note containing executive summary. Again you have to give some beautiful photographs that yes, you are having the facility and you are doing this thing, so you are an experienced person. Okay, and you want to strengthen your capacity and whatever you are having. So all these things, so like that you can present your this thing project. Okay, and submit, and definitely if it is as per the guideline of the RKVY Raftar, definitely there is more chances of getting sanction. Thank you very much.
If anyone has a question, please ask, sir.
Sir, I am Dr.
Yes.
Sanjay who is here. I would like to ask you one question. Can you suppose any student after completion of his education program, can he apply for that any business for his own business?
No. So then you have to take the support from the state government. See, state government, why the state government will take the responsibility? So state government, what they will do, they will say that, okay, you join with some organization and then you will get the money, like that.
Okay, in collaboration,
Yes,
I should have
yes.
to collaborate with
Yes.
any
What
government.
is the guarantee? What is the guarantee? If you are a graduate, what is the guarantee? Who will take the guarantee?
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
Any other question, please?
I'm sorry, it was very lengthy. Sir, how to start the camera?
You would have to stop presenting.
What is the maximum limitation to take the benefit of the grant?
What?
I'm asking that what is the maximum limitation to take the benefit of that grant?
So there is, which I have not told unnecessarily, because see, for up to 25 crore, it is given in that the document, up to 25 crore, there are different committees, the state level committee or district level committee. So depending upon whatever your budget, the committee will sanction. Okay. And if it is the budget is more than 25 crore, then you have to go for another committee and all that is there. Hello.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I'm audible.
Yes.
Sir, if one project is running in our state, like in Bihar, in cement production, then another we can give.
Yes, by modification. I have told you. You see, one project you got sanctioned because you showed them that this is very beneficial, or you have shown them that this is only the beneficial. Again, on that basis you got, and now you are saying that this is not beneficial, none other is beneficial. So like that, it will be the negative remark. So instead of that, you have to say that whatever the project is going on is definitely beneficial and is submit. But if I will do the modification, it will also help for other projects, like that.
Another question is that, sir. Yes. Another question is that if I am I want to hire one agency for development of my state art lab.
Yes.
Then it is possible to hire that only.
Yes.
Only company, or I will give a bit or another things.
See, if you are from government, you can hire, but for their cost, whatever their service cost, there is a limitation for service cost. You have to not give more than 2% of whatever the cost.
Yeah.
Understood?
Yes, sir. I will clear again. So if I want to develop a semen lab, and I will give the sanction to the IMV.
What you want to develop? Semen lab.
Yeah. Then I want to hire the IMV. IMV technology to develop all the things by their own. Then it is possible. Give the money.
See, semen lab is already there with you, right? Now you want to develop.
I have not any semen lab. I want to develop whole the things by things by that company only.
Yes.
Then I will give the whole the money to that company.
No, company. See, there is a PPP model, public private. You cannot give entire money to the private party.
Okay.
You understand? Then because see, who will take the responsibility? Private party will be not responsible. They will say, "Nahi hua profit." Then what? So it is a risk.
No sir, केवल मैं डेवलप करवाना चाह रहा हूँ उनसे लैब.
उनसे डेवलप नहीं उनसे डेवलप करके फिर तुमको क्यों पैसे चाहिए? वही लेंगे पैसे.
वो डेवलप करके हमें दे देंगे, उनको हम पैसा दे देंगे.
नहीं वैसा नहीं चलेगा.
ऐसा कर रहे हैं कहीं
तो वो फ्री में आपको डेवलप कर देंगे.
उनका कास्ट उसी में इंक्लूड होगा.
तो उनका जो कॉस्ट है वो 2% से ऊपर नहीं होना चाहिए. देन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ योर फ्रेंडशिप यू कैन डेवलप. प्रोजेक्ट तुम्हारे नाम पे रहेगा, तुम उसको बोलिए यार मेरा दोस्त हो तुम मुझे मदद करो, मैं आपको 2% दे देता हूँ।
Okay, okay, sir. Okay. There is any alternative to that one?
नहीं, actually ना, to be very frank, government want to spend the money for the beneficial of the farmers and grassroots workers with caution. With caution. Yeah. It's not कि भाई चलो दे दिया पैसा, बाद में वापस आया नहीं आया, फायदा हुआ नहीं हुआ, ऐसा नहीं. Accountability is there. है कि नहीं? हाँ. So who will take the accountability?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes.
Nice, thanks for nice presentation, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Any other question, please? Hello. Any other question, please?
I think sir has clear all the doubts. That's why there is no question.
I have taken very long, na? 4 baje.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so
Anyway,
thank you very
sir, on behalf. Yes, sir.
I want to thanks.
Yeah,
thank you very much, dear.
Yes, sir.
I want to thanks delegates, dear delegates. But please join. Please join. Hello. मेरा आवाज आ रहा है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I am requesting whatever the participants which are present here, I am requesting please tell your friends to please join, because we have taken lot of efforts. In DC, you are sitting in one corner, I am sitting in one corner, sir is sitting in another corner, and we are all doing for your benefit. Just remember, this is all for your benefit, so that you can submit the project and you get the benefit of the project. Nowadays they ask kitna project tumhare paas hai. So promotion and increment is all depend on the projects, and that is why we have taken this topic, so that you, the young scientists, students, PhD students and MBC students, should be familiar with the project. Okay, for that we have arranged this, and if you will not attain, then it will your loss. This is, we are not doing for our profit. You join, tell your, I am requesting all this participants who are present, please tell your all the friends, please join and take the advantage. Take the advantage, because Saha sir and madam has taken lot of efforts, okay, to organize all these things with the distance. See, you understood. I don't know how to run this app also. So with all these difficulties, we are trying to give you maximum to satisfy you. So please tell everybody to join. I want to see whatever the number of participants, one day all are joined, and definitely it will help you. Thank you very much. Sir, mic to sir. Majid sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you a lot. We thank you on behalf of the participants, as well as on behalf of sir has left, I guess.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Bolo.
Sir, only problem we are facing, due to network problem, sir. Sometimes, sir, due to very poor connection of network.
I agree.
So not possible, sir, always time even here. That is that maybe the one reason for most students to join the online class. Sir.
I agree. I fully agree.
No, sir, network connection.
I am fully. So for that, my answer is, I know that the students and the delegates are sitting in the remote area where there is a network problem is there. See, now I am in Mumbai. I am presenting this from Mumbai, and outside there is a site. This thing, everything is this problem is little critical. So I told in the morning the sir only कि बीच में light चला जाएगा, net चला जाएगा, तो फिर problem हो सकता है. Still we are successful. So my request is that I know that the net problem is there, but at least you join it. जब net खत्म हो गया कोई बात नहीं, पर join तो हो जाओ, present ही हो जाए. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yes. Yeah. Chalo.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We can all leave the presentation. Thank you.
Yeah.